Good day, everyone. Welcome to Journey of the Anointed with Mr. Buzz. Mr. Buzz and, of course, Sabrina, my little girl. So, there's a Rush song. It's a well-known album, 2112. There's this long instrumental part. It's like one of the coolest pieces of music ever. And then there's explosions, and it sounds like the end, but it's not. And then this nice, gentle guitar comes in, and Getty sings, "And the meek shall inherit the earth." And then it gets really cool. That is some of the best music ever written. If there's any Rush fans out there, 2112, you know what I mean. Oh, mwah. Doesn't get any better than that. The meek shall inherit the earth. All my life listening to that album, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of times. It's one of my favorite albums ever. Didn't really know what that was talking about. Well, it's from the Bible. And what it's talking about is what we're staring down the barrel of right now. The Lord has a plan. And his plan does not involve the evil ones doing what they're doing anymore. There's actually the Jehovah's Witnesses that come to visit me here, one of them who brought this up, and he said to me, he said, "What's the Lord's plan for this earth? What does he use this earth for? What's his plan for it?" I said, well, he lets the evil ones rule it, actually. He has for a long time. He said, yeah, but is he always going to do that? Or does he have another plan for it? I didn't really know how to answer. I didn't know the answer to that. He said, well, let me show you some scripture. So he broke out the Psalms, and it was funny, the one that contains the answer is one that I just read very recently in a video. Like, I made a video of me reading this psalm. Forget the number of it. Might be 37. I can't remember the number, but it's about the meek inheriting the earth. It is about us, those who've been trampled and... Oh, she's done snuggling with Daddy for a little bit. Those who have been persecuted and trampled on. Those who never really had any chance in this world because the evil ones just grabbed all the resources and they just got their own way all the time. They had everything rigged in their favor. They had nothing but evil intent and deception behind them at all times. And they always seemed to come out on top. And the rest of us, we're meek. It's not that some of us wouldn't stand up for ourselves, but we didn't really have anything to fight back with. And the Lord watched all that for a very long time. He watched it for years and years and years. And he's still watching it. And last night I got in touch with my Aunt Diane. It's the first time in years. She's an example of that. She's been walked on, trampled underfoot. It's if I told you the things that people did to her, just ridiculously cruel and vicious. She's just a short woman. She's very short, very, very tiny. You know, you could just pick her up and hold her in the palm of your hand. She's just little. She's just little. But the meek shall inherit the earth. They're talking about her. They're talking about people like her. She loves the Lord in a way that I've never seen before. She really loves the Lord. She just truly adores the Lord and has consistently for a very long time. If you know my Aunt Diane, you know that about her. And she's never done anything to harm anybody in this world. Not ever. She's never, ever, ever done anything to harm anybody in this world. She's part of the meek. Meek and mild. She'd never, ever be able to have a bad intention towards you. It's not in her. She doesn't have that. Consistently loves the Lord. Well, the Lord is now going to show her favor like she can't even imagine, and like the evil ones can't even imagine. And I fit into that category. I'm part of the meek, and possibly you are too, and it's a whole bunch of us. Those who didn't have a chance, we get passed over for the big job with the big salary. We didn't get the big acting part in the sitcom, make it big bucks, because some privileged person who had connections was already... Whatever it was, we didn't get it. We were passed over, and keep you in your place. Stay in your place. Well, the Lord's decided, as the Jehovah's Witnesses brought to my attention, it's not going to be that way anymore. The meek shall inherit the earth, and the evil one shall be no more. That's where I'm going with this. Imagine if the evil ones were suddenly neutralized. If the good Lord finally said, you know what? I think you guys should all get to watch as the evil ones are destroyed. Watch as I crush their heads. Watch as I demolish all their plans. Watch as I demolish them. And you can use them as a footstool. That's basically what we're going to see. It's now a time for the meek to inherit the earth, and for the evil ones to be evil no more. They've had their day. They've frolicked in the sun. They've dominated us. They've dominated everything. Even helpless animals in this world have suffered at the hands of the evil ones. The Lord is not having it anymore. The Lord is going to give us this earth. And we are going to finally have our time to frolic in the sun. You can take this to the bank, folks. It's going to happen. I know it all through me, in my bones, in my heart. I know it. Every inch of me feels it. Every inch of me feels it. It's a shift. It's no longer all in favor of the evil ones. It's just not anymore. It's going to start slowly shifting the other way, and then it's going to drastically shift the other way. And we squish their heads. That's what's going to happen. Did you ever see that guy on Kids in the Hall? I squish your head. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Genius. That's what you call real genius comedy. He's just this guy. It shows him. He's looking at these people from a distance, and I squish your head. I squish your head too, and I squish your head. And he's getting right off on it doing this. He just puts them their heads right there in his vision, and he squishes their head. And he thinks it's the most powerful, funny thing in the world. Genius comedy. Whoever come up with that. So the meek shall inherit the earth, and those who've been persecuted and scoffed at and humiliated, laughed at. Oh, they've mocked us. They've mocked us so much. I've been mocked a million times, you know, and over nothing. I'm mocked by people with half the IQ of me. Like, they don't have any reason to be so arrogant. You want to mock me? Okay, let's have a debate. Let's see who's smarter. I'm up for it. Are you up for it? And they'll run away. They know better. They're going to lose. They're going to lose in a real debate with me. They talk big, and then they have to run away when it's time to actually put up something to prove themselves. They haven't got it. They got to run away. They're not even going to have a chance to run away this time. The Lord's got your number, evil ones, and he's coming for you. And it's time to serve up some divine justice. Excuse me. Divine justice that's got your name on it, evil ones. And it's a glorious time. Now, is it all going to be just bang in our favor and it's all over? No. Anything that's worth winning is going to cost you something. If it's worth winning, it's got to cost. So I don't know what that is. The Lord's the only one that knows that. But even if, here's the thing, we aren't afraid to die at all. Why would we be? We have the Lord on our side. If we die for his sake, well, the Bible's very clear. Ticket to heaven. I'll gladly die in his name right now. Come and take me and kill me in the Lord, for supporting the Lord, for standing by the Lord. Make me a martyr. Go ahead. Kill me stone dead. Cut my head off. Do whatever you want to. That just means I'm going right to heaven. That's what it means. So I'm not afraid to die. None of us are. None of us who truly love the Lord are afraid to die. Why would we be? It's they get what I call the zoomies. She gets the zoomies right now, and it's usually him, but now and then she gets the zoomies. He'll catch the zoomies from her, and then I'll have two of them with the zoomies. That's when it gets interesting. That's when it gets really interesting. So we're not afraid to die, and we will inherit the earth. No matter what. No matter what. If the Lord is for us, then who shall be against us? That's another one I love. The Lord is for us. Who will be against us? Some very stupid, stupid people. That's who. To go against the Lord proves your brain deficiency. If you're going to go against the creator of the universe and all it is, as a human being, and you think you have some sort of chance of triumph over the Lord, and that is one, you're some kind of stupid. That's that's some kind of stupid. And that's what I didn't believe at first, was that anybody was that stupid and arrogant that they'd be in a human form and take on the Lord. What? Nobody's that dumb, are they? Yeah, some are. Some are. I don't know how. They must have fell and bumped their head a million times. You can't beat the Lord. No matter what you do, you cannot win this. You will lose. That is for freaking sure. But they're so arrogant they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. And so the meek shall inherit the earth. And I can't help but think every time I say that or hear that of my Aunt Diane. One of the ones who should be in charge of this beautiful earth. Because she's never done a thing to harm anyone in her life, nor will she ever. She just loves the Lord. Like I do. Like many of us do. We love the Lord, and we love Jesus. Jesus Christ, the Lord of Lords and King of Kings.